So, okay, we like to begin at the beginning here. What led you into the realm of sports writing?
Wow, man, that's it goes back a long way. I was in school. I'll do the short version, but um, yeah, I was a music guy. And I was at Western. I wanted to go into music, study music. I wasn't quite good enough to do that, but I did try, and I started, an alternative. I started writing about music when I was still in school. I was for the university paper at Western, the Gazette, where I got to say a lot of people have, Elliot Friedman came out of there, the Festchucks came out of there, a lot of people, Steve Simmons, so many guys who in our business who were at Western. And then while I was still in school, I started doing. Became the music reviewer for the London Free Press and the paper in London, Ontario, and did that for through my university career. Did a master's in journalism at Western. And ended up getting hired by the Globe as a summer student first, and then eventually full time. But first as an entertainment writer, as a music writer, and then in news. I went in and kind of did general assignment reporting. I covered some election campaigns, the federal election in '84, the provincial elections in '85 and '87. So I came to sports late, compared to most guys. Like most guys in our business are sports writers, and that's what they did from the beginning. But, aside from messing around a little bit on the radio station at Western, I hadn't done sports until I started writing some sports features for the Globe. They used to have a dedicated feature writer job, the sports feature writer job at the Globe and Mail. It was a different kind of newspaper world in those days.
Right.
And then the columnist job came open. And Trent Frayne, who was the columnist there, retired, although I think he was forced to retire at 65 in those days, which, given my advanced age now, I kind of wonder why they ever did that. But, and I applied for the job and I got it. There wasn't really a successor in place. And, I didn't really, know what I was doing or how to do it. I tried to do it my own way. I think I was pretty unsuccessful for the first couple of years trying to figure it out. But, but I settled into that job and did it for, 20, 27, 28 years, as the sports columnist there. And, that's an amazing, the same job Allan Abel had, the same job Jim Coleman had, Frayne, all these amazing people who, sat in that chair, and I got to see the world and cover everything, it's a dream job in a lot of ways. And again, newspapers in those days that's where people got their information. The Globe and Mail showed up on their doorstep first thing in the morning, and that's how they learned what had happened the night before. So, it's, I'm forever grateful to the Globe for all the many, many opportunities I had while I was there.